I would like to start off this reaction with a bit of a guessing game, actually. I'm going to show you this photo here. And we are going to guess, is this a foul or not a foul? I don't want you to tell me yet. Don't tell me what you think yet. Just hold on to your answers and we will come back to this later. But I feel like we've got a couple of talking points from this game. Anyway, welcome back. Big game of the weekend, 12:30 on a Saturday. I think Klopp was quite unhappy with the international break and being the first game of the weekend. But to some extent, it lived up to expectation. It was a close affair, but a 1-1 draw. Not exactly the excitement that we were hoping. Definitely didn't match up to Chelsea versus Man City a couple of weeks ago. But still, close game. Important game as well for the top of the table. They still were only 1 point apart, which makes it a bit more interesting heading into Christmas time. I feel like the first thing that I really wanted to highlight, which I almost thought I wanted to, if I was going to do a preview for this game, it's something I would have highlighted. And it's that I don't think Pep had any other choice than starting Jeremy Doku. And this match basically lived up to what I expected. Pairing him up against Trent Alexander-Arnold, who has so many good qualities. One of the best right backs in the world at the moment, and that's like inevitable. We know that. But we know also that he's just not the best at like tracking back. He leaves gaps for Matip to have to cover up. And Jeremy Doku was almost the perfect person for Man City to have to pit up against this. And it showed. He got 11 out of 15 dribbles today. By far the most out of everyone. And he also got a 0.74 expected assists. He was quite unlucky actually not to get anything. He made a couple really good opportunities for all the players in the box. He was quite good at driving down to the line or cutting inside. I've seen a James Lawrence Alcott video where he did a guessing game on which way is Doku going to go, because you just can't predict where he is, which way he's going to go. He can go on either foot, and he definitely did that today. It was one of them frustrating ones. He was putting good balls into the box, and they just weren't quite getting the end product that they probably deserved. But either way, he had a really good game, and I think he actually got man of the match as well. Maybe it was Trent, but he was definitely the best City player of the day. The amount of opportunities he created for them was incredible, and he's actually a really good, promising player that I am jealous that Chelsea have not got in their squad. But moving on from that, 27th minute, and Haaland becomes the fastest player to ever get 50 goals in the Premier League. I think he beat Andy Cole, but it took him, this was his 48th game, to get 50 goals. I mean, he's just been incredible, hasn't he? Like, best goal scorer we've got in the world right now, probably, maybe alongside Harry Kane, but he's been insane. And again today, it was a bit of a fortunate situation as to how he got a goal. It was a good finish, don't get me wrong, but Alisson had the ball after a corner, I believe, and he, as we've seen Liverpool do so many times, Salah just sprints forward, and Alisson with his kicking range can find Salah 9 times out of 10 on that drop kick, and quite often it creates a counter-attacking opportunity. But it was just a bit unfortunate for Alisson today. He went and miskicked the ball, and it fell straight to Ake. Don't take anything away from Ake. It was a brilliant touch and dribble almost from nothing, and especially considering he's your left back, you don't really expect much from Ake. But as we've seen in these Man City sides, all their centre backs have the dribbling ability of a number 8 or a number 10. Like, they are, they're exceptional at how they can move with the ball. And again, Ake, it wasn't overly over the top, but it was a good little dribble, passed it into Haaland. And I mean, in them situations, Haaland's not missing. I think Alisson did get a hand to it, but I mean, you know what's going to happen. You put Erling Haaland up against the goal from the edge of the 12-yard box or something, it's going to go in. And that was 1-0. And I'll be honest, for the rest of the first half, I don't feel like there was actually much going on. Liverpool grew into the game a little bit. And I thought the most crucial player actually across the whole game was probably Bernardo Silva. And I want to show you his heat map here, if I can get it up, that is. You can see here just how I mean, we've been talking about this for a while now, haven't we? But he's just incredible. He's always a few steps ahead of everyone. And he did this brilliant pirouette at one point. I think it was a Man City opportunity, and Doku ended up playing an Alvarez who mistimed his cross. But it all came from Bernardo Silva with a lovely, lovely turn in the middle of the pitch, crowded by Liverpool players. And he just was seamlessly found that pass as he was getting tackled as well. He is just integral in this team. He's starting as a midfielder. He's played left back. He's played CDM. He's played right wing. He's played as a false nine. We're basically seeing an almost more versatile version of David Silva in this team. They've got the same sort of finesse, the same sort of technical ability, the same dribbling ability. And it's just a joy to watch. It's really, really impressive. And either way, I just wanted to highlight how crucial he was for this game. And as you can see on his heat map, he's been bombing up and down that left-hand side pretty much most of the game, alongside Jeremy Doku. I think they overlapped quite often. Actually, a few times I noticed that Doku would come into almost inside forward in the half space, and Bernardo Silva would take the winger position. I mean, obviously he's capable of doing that, and they did it effectively as well. I think that's also a key part into how they targeted that right-hand side of Liverpool's defence, because of Trent being a bit more open, a bit more space there for them to capitalise on. I thought McAllister and Szoboszlai did an okay job in midfield of kind of like covering the gaps left by Trent when he pushed forward. Also Matip. I thought Matip actually had a good game. And I also thought Ake had a good game. Up against Salah, I don't really remember Salah doing much. He got the assist, which I'm going to come to in a minute, but I don't think Ake put a foot wrong for most of the game. I think he only got dribbled past once or twice. Salah just couldn't really get into the game. As I said, he did get the assist that Liverpool maybe deserved. It depends how you want to look at it. But we'll go back to it being 1-0 still, and we come back to that image that I showed you at the start of this video. I personally don't understand how this is a foul. I know goalkeepers are protected. I know goalkeepers are able to get fouls a lot easier, but this is not a foul. I mean, Akanji didn't even push him. He just had his hand on his shoulder, and Alisson he just missed the ball. He just didn't catch the ball, and he's lucky that Akanji put even a fingertip on his shoulder, because it meant he could go down and it would be given, and VAR checked it. VAR agreed with it being a foul. I don't think it should have been, but that would have been 2-0. And I think that we would have had a completely different game on our hands. Liverpool would have had to have gone more attacking. Maybe would have seen some more counter-attacking from Man City. I don't know. I think it would have made the game a lot more interesting in some cases, but that's also probably partly because I prefer Man City to Liverpool, so maybe I also have that bias towards Man City winning over Liverpool. But a similar thing happened again, actually, at 1-0. And I'm going to get onto Liverpool goal in a minute, but a similar thing happened. This time Alisson did catch the ball. It was, again, the slightest of touch from Akanji again, and Alisson fell back into his goal. I'm pretty sure the ball went across the line. Again, a soft foul. Maybe more of a foul than the first one, but a soft foul nonetheless. And finally, the last kind of point that I have about the tactics of this game was the Mo Salah assist Trent goal for Liverpool. And I'm going to get up the graphics on here so we can actually have a look at it. So what we have here is kind of the situation we have. So I think about 30 seconds, 20 seconds before this attack for Liverpool, Doku played a great ball into the box and Haaland had a shot saved by Alisson. And Liverpool counter-attacked back from that. And 20 seconds later, and we find ourselves in this position. And we can see out here the ball's on the left wing with Luis Diaz, who came on for Jota, I want to say, at the start of the second half. And Alexander-Arnold's kind of a bit deeper. Haaland's tracking back. We find Salah's kind of on this side, obviously on the right-hand side of the box. And Silva's actually a bit closer to Nunes. And Gakpo's kind of hold off his run a little bit into the box. Diaz tries to find a pass to Gakpo. It was kind of a poor pass from Diaz. It was, to an extent, if he was trying to find Gakpo, it kind of was too far in front of him. Salah had to come back and kind of pick up that loose ball. But what happens here then is actually very clever in how they've created space for the shot for Trent. So while this is going on, obviously Trent is slowly making his way towards the box. Gakpo makes this brilliant run in here, almost towards Ake, but Silva's the one that tracks it. So that then takes Silva out of almost a shooting line for Salah. I think maybe there was an expectation Salah cutting into his left foot and he would try and find the far corner. Nunes also kind of was causing problems, attracting Rodri, attracting Diaz, kind of creating some spaces in the box, but not loads. And Salah just plays a lovely layoff for Trent, who's running onto it, and he takes one touch and the ball just across the face of goal. Ederson stood no chance. It went, I don't know how, to be fair, a Man City player didn't get a foot to it, but it was a great shot. I'm not saying that it shouldn't have gone in, but it was, I mean, you could say Trent's probably one of the best right backs in the world on his day, and arguably today he was on good form. As I said, I don't think defensively he was great, but I feel like that's a story we've had for years now. We kind of accepted that, but attackingly, I thought Trent had a good game. And 1-1, I think the last 5 minutes or so, Man City really pushed forward. Man City tried to get that winner. Pep seemed fuming about 8 minutes added on to the end of the game. I don't know if he was worried and wanted less time to keep the 1-1 score, or if he wanted more time. I don't know. You can never really tell with Pep, but either way, 1-1 draw coming up into the Christmas period. It makes the title race a bit more interesting. Obviously, we've got ages left for the season, right? Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We don't need to start thinking, right, well, Man City have won the title if they won this game, or whatever, or Man City are falling off if Liverpool won. It just makes it a bit more interesting at the top of the league at the moment, with Arsenal yet to play against Brentford this weekend, Spurs yet to play, obviously Chelsea yet to play, key title challengers as well. Either way, I think it makes it a really interesting title race still leading up to Christmas. Quite often we see at Christmas there's a team that's maybe 5 or 6 points ahead and then they just run away with it. And normally that is Man City. Apart from last year, obviously Arsenal pushed them a long way. But I do think give it till Christmas, give it till 23rd of December, maybe on Boxing Day or something. We could see a bit of a clearer picture on how this table might pan out. But as of right now, I think a draw was a fair result. And it just keeps us all a bit more interested in what's going to happen. I don't like it when Man City run away with the league by November. It makes it a bit boring. So either way, my prediction is still Man City do win the league, by the way. Don't pretend like I'm saying they're not going to. But that is how Man City and Liverpool drew 1-1. I hope you found this interesting. Let me know what you thought of the game. I'm not entirely thrilled by it. I didn't think it was the best game ever, but oh well. I've now got Chelsea to go and watch anyway. Chelsea versus Newcastle. So I'm going to go watch that, edit this video, and I will see you guys very soon. And if you haven't watched it already, I took a look at how Girona are top of La Liga. Go watch that video. I uploaded that actually this morning, so go watch that. But anyway, have a good weekend. I hope your team win, and see you very soon.